Welcome back, guys. We are going to be looking at another Disney movie today, and today we are going to be looking at The Great Mouse Detective. So, not a whole lot of people remember this movie. I think there's probably some that remember this movie, others do not. I remember watching this movie a lot when I was little, and this was, I would say, the kid version of Sherlock Holmes. And it pretty much was, because you had a character that did the exact same work as Sherlock Holmes. He had his little base underneath the actual Sherlock Holmes in the animated movie, and he develops his own sidekicks, I guess you would say. So what happens in the entirety of this film is you have the main character who is a detective in his own right, and you have Basil of Baker Street, who is uh, I would say like Sherlock Holmes. He's very smart. He's a master of disguise, and what happens is he has a young girl who comes to ask him for help, also alongside Professor Dawson, who actually comes to help as well because her father, Olivia's father, was taken by Professor Ratigan, who is Basil's arch nemesis. And what happens is Basil, knowing and going up against Ratigan for so many years, he knows what he's trying to do, and basically what Ratigan has a plan with is to kill their version or control their version of the Queen of England. So it's up to Basil and Olivia and Dawson to be able to stop this. And I would say it's a very family-friendly comedy film. It is got some musicals in here as well. I definitely enjoyed this as a kid because not only of the comedy, but also because of just the characters in general. I liked how they did Basil. Basil was extremely hilarious. He was a very sarcastic, charismatic character, and even Dawson was very funny. He was kind of like the bumbling, smart idiot that you never know what he was going to do. And then also you had this crazy villain, Ratigan, where he basically he was something that he was trying not to be, because again, he went by the name of Ratigan, but the thing of it is though is he was a rat, but he did not like being portrayed as a rat. He knew he was a rat, but he kept calling himself a mouse. And he had a pet cat. He also had a little minion that was a bat with a peg leg, and there was a lot of fun moments in this. I will definitely say probably one of my favorite moments in this is when they're messing with the dog, and Olivia's like, "You want a crimp pit?" And the dog's like, "Yeah." And then also with them trying to chase the bat due to trying to save Olivia, and then also the fight between Basil and Ratigan, because it was really intense. You know, as a kid, when you first see this and you see that scene of Basil at the very end running with Olivia, trying to protect her from Ratigan because he knows he was going to kill her. And when that happens, he's running and running and running and running. And then you just see Ratigan getting so pissed off, and his actual nature comes out for being a rat, you know, between the nails and, you know, his arched back and all the hair and his long tail and everything, just trying to kill Basil. And you saw how intense that fight was. And they did a good job with the voice acting. They did a good job with the animation. This was a older film. I believe this came out in 86, actually. I thought it came out in the 90s for some reason. But this came out in the late 80s. And it does show, but it doesn't. I would say this was probably the start of them trying to get better in their animation, but I would definitely say this is probably one of these movies where if you want your kids or someone to watch a version of Sherlock Holmes, then I will definitely say this is probably where you want to start. It's very family friendly. It's got a lot of comedy. It's got good drama. It's got a good story, good characters. really don't have a whole lot of issues with this film. I enjoy this film. I haven't watched this film in a long time. I remember owning this on VHS, and I would watch this every so often. But this was, I would definitely say, probably not in my top 10, but it was definitely a good movie to watch if you just want something funny to watch. It's something kind of crime-centric type deal that you wanted to watch. But I'll definitely say if you haven't, definitely check it out. But if you guys are new to the channel, always about subscribing. A little bit feel like the video if you guys enjoyed. Also, what do you guys think of The Great Mouse Detective? Have you guys ever heard of this movie? Have you guys ever seen this movie? If you have, please let me know about it down in the comments down below what your personal experience was with this movie. And once again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you as always on the very next one.